empty out the control room and find out where this is going on. It's either there, or out there somewhere.
So one of the most elite fighting units on the planet, Delta Force, just captured Madero from his own compound. But I bet there's a lot that you don't know about Delta Force that you wish you did. It's fascinating.
I enjoyed every single one of them we killed. So I fill him up like 6, 7, 8 rounds, and I go to transition to the next guy. I give him the good news, just like I gave the good news to his 2 friends. All this is happening quick. Boom, 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 boom. Final guy.
Make way for the king of
This guy's
teams.
a lot closer at shooting me. I am shooting him.
In this video, you're going to hear from some real Delta Force operators. We're going to understand how they actually captured Madero. You'll also understand how Delta Force differs from other special operation units in the military like the Navy SEALs. You'll understand how elite and rare Delta Force operators actually are. You'll understand what kind of missions they do, examples of missions, as well as learn what kind of man it takes to become a Delta Force operator. Welcome back to Game Reaction, my freedom-loving friend. This is where we help spread the light of truth in freedom, because truth conquers. And on behalf of truth, who conquers better than Delta Force? Nobody else, maybe one other military unit. Get to that in a second. But Delta Force has been in the news because they captured Madero, and quite frankly, I am surprised that it was published. It was Delta Force that did the mission. To me, it was very obvious. It was either Delta Force or Navy SEAL Team 6. But even for the longest time, the U.S. pretended Delta Force didn't exist. But nonetheless, credit where credit is due. They named Delta Force by name, of course, keeping soldiers anonymous. That's how they do what they do. And here you can see them allegedly pictured with President Trump. Now, why I'm exploring this topic of Delta Force with you is because I geek out. The only podcasts I've been listening to for the past 3 or 4 months have been with former Delta Force operators, SEAL Team 6, or other special operations, military men, veterans, because to me, these guys, especially Delta Force, they represent the warrior archetype that is an innate part of us as men. The man that's closest to you. Yet I don't know about you, I know I have so many miles of development to get in my warrior archetype, so I love to hear these guys speak. I love to learn about their mentality. My mission isn't to become a high-level operator. My mission is to become a high-level man, and I know I need to have a strong, active, capable, willing warrior archetype in me, so I love listening to these guys just about their speech impediment. I love listening to a talk because you get breadcrumbs that just like feed the inner warrior. It's how can I be better?
Can't keep this Cajun down.
That kind of mentality. That's how I can be better. So I've geeked out on the topic for a long time, but recently in the news because they captured Madero. And just very transparently, I am obviously not telling you about Delta Force because I have been there, done that. Absolutely not. We're going to hear from some actual Delta Force operators in this video through little clips, but I'm not going to pretend to be that. I probably couldn't pass the selection to the Boy Scouts.
Judge, jury,
executioner! Absolutely wouldn't qualify for Delta Force. You need 3 primary things. It's the elite of the elite. You have to have tremendous physical capability, tremendous mental toughness, and tremendous mental intelligence. These guys aren't just brute warriors with a high level of physical capability, high level of mental toughness to go through any kind of pain. They're also exquisitely intelligent. The picture you see with President Trump, the way that's posted on Twitter by Matt Wallace, it says they all have an IQ over 130. I don't know if that's factually true, but it wouldn't surprise me. These guys are very elite. So before we get to how they executed the raid actually quite literally kill the president of a major country successfully without taking any casualties. And before we get to how rare it is to actually qualify as a Delta Force operator, let's first put through a comparison, because most people don't understand the difference. Like, okay, Delta Force, that's kind of like a Navy SEAL except with the Army, right? Wrong. So here's a quick breakdown for you. The two most lethal fighting units, most elite of the elite in the U.S. military, are Delta Force and SEAL Team 6. They're considered Tier 1 units. Now, beneath them, we have two units, awesome, highly qualified elite people like Navy SEALs, Green Berets, aka Special Forces, Army Rangers, Green Raiders. Those dudes are elite. But above them are Delta Force and SEAL Team 6. The difference between Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 from a dummy perspective is SEAL Team 6 draws from existing Navy SEALs. You need to become a Navy SEAL, then amongst them, oftentimes like Navy SEALs, for example, guys out there's like a 70% fail rate, so very rare. Well, most guys don't even try. So once you're a Navy SEAL, you can be recommended to essentially try out for the selection process of Navy SEAL Team 6. So those are the elite of the elite Navy SEALs. SEAL Team 6 also referred to as Development Group or Dev Group. Now, Delta Force, a major difference between SEAL Team 6 and Delta Force is Delta Force will draw from all special operations units across the military, not just the Army. Army Rangers, the Green Berets, them, but also Marine Raiders, Navy SEAls. So Delta just draws from a bigger pool. Some would say that means more elite than Navy SEAL Team 6, but most people that say that probably aren't any of them, so who knows. And it's also worth noting, like, what the hell do they need other than capture Madeira? So both Delta Force and Navy SEAL Team 6, again, 4 dummies from a dummy perspective. Hostage rescue missions and executing high-value targets, killing or capturing. And high-value targets typically need a very valuable person to the enemy. And with that means that high-value target, valuable person to the enemy, they're going to have a lot more security around them, a lot more armament around them. Their missions are way more dangerous. It takes a highly skilled unit, of course, Navy SEAL Team 6, to accomplish those tasks, either hostage rescue or executing a high-value target. Enough for me. Before we take a look at how Delta Force captured Madero, let's hear a little bit from former Delta Force operator Dale Comstock on just how rare and elite and hard it is to qualify for Delta Force.
Us against the world! Don't give them another
Remember what they do is they used to hold canvas all the military records in line, all male. And then because the number was so low, it's high.
disappear!
Go after all the weapons so everybody give them an opportunity also. One.
Board again!
Yeah, my course, you had 110, we had 10 extra guys for a reason. 110 that started, 6 of us completed the course. So you can imagine that year, so 4 guys in 12 months. I picked to be Delta operator out of the entire Army.
So when you're looking at Delta Force, you're looking at the elite of the elite. That's how rare it is. 1 year, only 4 guys got selected out of the entire Army. That's the kind of guy they sent in to capture Madero. A very complex, highly dangerous mission. Absolutely fascinating. Now, before we hear more from another former Green Beret operator, fascinating guy to listen to, Brent Piper.
Jury! Execution!
exactly Delta Force captured Madeira. It's pretty good. And we'll pick up on this rendition. They talked about, you know, the 1,000 jets in the sky blowing up enemy anti-aircraft, ground, you know, guns and stuff like that. And pick up the Delta Force section. We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first, I want to tell you about Bond Charger's infrared sonogram. Because we're living in a new paradigm of health, where now even the common person has woken up and realized nobody's healthy by accident anymore. 73% of people are overweight, obese. We have 77% of young people unfit for military service. 6 out of 10 kids have a chronic disease. And it's not just disease you need to be aware of. It's the reduced quality of life, reduced energy that you have every day causing life. That's why I absolutely love my infrared sonogram. You can burn up to 600 calories in one session, flush out toxins. It's an excellent way to reduce stress. I always sleep better. And I always keep in mind the study out of Finland that shows regular sauna use equals a 40% reduction in all-cause mortality. The infrared sauna blanket is the most convenient, affordable sauna system on the market. It's powerful, heats up quickly, cleans up quickly. I love it. If you want to take responsibility for your health and how you feel and function on a daily basis, go to bondcharge.com/JPRelax and check out the infrared site. Be sure to use the discount code JPRelax for 15% off. And for even more savings, you should know all Bond Charge products are HSA, FSA eligible, offering you up to 40% tax savings. That's bondcharge.com/JPRelax.
Under the cover of darkness and chaos, Tier 1 operators want to work. But what is the exact unit tasked with the mission? It is the Delta Force, one of the most elite secret special forces units in the U.S. military.
Obviously, crappy AI build stuff. I doesn't know what they're talking about in this sense. They call them, you know, the most elite special forces units in the Army. Special forces is specifically Green Berets. A lot of people will confuse the terminology. They should have likely used the term special operations, not special forces, because that's Green Berets. But nonetheless.
Witnesses in Caracas reported low-flying aircraft skimming the rooftops, flying well below radar coverage. The team breached a secure compound believed to be a safe house within the massive Fort Tuna complex. Resistance from the Venezuelan Presidential Guard was swift but ultimately futile, as the helicopters lay cover fire. The operators moved with surgical speed, landing on multiple points. But how exactly the capture and extraction happened? For this, let's look at step 4. Specialized helicopters hovered over the objective to insert the assault team. While dozens of attack helicopters laid down suppression fire, the Delta Special Forces descended and started the search for the high-value targets. How did they find him? Simple. The CIA had planted spy inside Nichols Maduro close circles. While back in the U.S., Delta Force built an exact replica of his safe house. Feel the wrath of the goddess! While operators breached the room so fast, the security could not even react to the situation as the sound of flash grenades disoriented the security guard. Using blowtorch, they caught him before he could even lock all the doors. Maduro's shock and awe froze him as Delta Force because Maduro and his wife Cecilia Flores were physically secured. She's not hot. This wasn't a negotiation. They were detained and immediately moved to the extraction point. These aircraft are capable of performing urban extractions from buildings and refueling in midair. Within minutes, they were airborne, leaving Venezuelan airspace and heading to a secure floating staging base in the Caribbean.
And then it goes on. But what you see is like months and months and months of rehearsals to capture Madero in the military. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars of resources go in to support the typical secure boots on the ground Delta Force executing this mission.
Only 60
You
seconds
can
left.
tell the military highly valued Delta Force to put hundreds of millions of dollars of resources, maybe more, behind them into accomplishing this mission. Now, before we learn what kind of person it takes to qualify as Delta Force operator, We're going to hear an example of Madero from a former Delta Force operator, Brent Tucker. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the best single episode podcasts I've listened to in the past year is Brent Tucker on the Dalton Fisher podcast. You see him here. It's a 2-part series with Brent Tucker, over 5 hours. Absolutely fascinating. So now let's hear Brent Tucker talk about, for example, his first mission as a Delta Force operator.
So I guess, don't. I will go with I did get to kill people at a very close distance. Armed men, a small room, and it was a very real experience that at the end of the day, we're going to get within a small room in Afghanistan. It's 10 foot by 10 foot. You're going to get inside a 10 foot by 10 foot room with army division. And you're going to shoot them hopefully before they shoot you. Feel the wrath of the goddess! These guys don't need to be quiet. You are under my give me the training. Sure as hell give me the equipment. Sure as hell giving you the teammates. And so we're taking the tablet to the very quick. Very fantastic.
Got my own cover. Nice.
Yeah, we all walked out of it. My team was better.
Right after you prove yourself.
That was good.
What's your name again?
I would highly recommend checking out the full podcast. It's very enjoyable. Brent Tucker has all kinds of stories, and probably more stories that he can't be sharing just out of principle. But the one thing he shares is absolutely fascinating. Some of them are much curious more about Delta Force. Check out Brent Tucker on the Dalton Fisher podcast. Now for the question. What really does it take to be a Delta Force operator? We're going to hear more about that from Brent Tucker. And remember what I mentioned earlier. It takes someone with incredible physical capabilities, mental toughness, not just a dumb, tough someone who's also able to hear more from that.
Behold the god of thunder!
And what we get is somebody that can switch gears.
Yeah.
What else comes to mind?
Switching gears is definitely a good analogy I want to talk about a little bit more in. You don't go through the house. There's times I have to slow down and take a shot between someone's eyes. And there's times I got to get back, to 100% to get to the next room. There's constant changing gears inside of the house. We'll make sure to keep that analogy or that the scenario of football players who are like, I hit him after the whistle. But, once I'm in that mindset, I just can't stop. We stepped out of bounds. I hit him I couldn't stop. I was in that zone of tackling someone. And even though I knew he was out of bounds, I just couldn't stop. If you tell yourself that, sure. That was just crazy to me saying. I was just on a roll killing people inside the house. And when I got going, I mowed them down too because I couldn't stop. You always change years from resource to task. That's something someone has to be able to do, or they won't take it on the rest of the argument. Number one characteristic without a doubt problem solving. Problem What's the best route that I should take at this point? Is it a straight line? I don't know. What's the terrain? Here they are now. There's a mountain between us. I don't know if we go around it. Let's go right up. How tall is that? Everything is a problem solving.
Only 60 seconds left.
Problem solving. The
close quarter
To that door before you get to that door. You're looking at that door. What are the hinges on that door? Is that a pull door? Is that a metal door? Does it have locks?
I shall
How
not
many
be
locks does it
removed
have?
so
What do we call them
easily.
dogs? When that door opens, is that a corner fed room? Is that a center fed room? Is there an immediate threat within 3 feet of my threshold? Yes or no? There's nothing to my front. Corner fed room. I'm going to take the left and go towards what I'm supposed to be a threat. Is there an open door? The problem solving never stops. It has to be tough, fast, and well.
Maximum pulse!
The economy is hard to understand what the center of the very high level. The problem solving and land now is very slow, methodical, yet you have to do it for a long time, always be right, do it in time. Two very different types of problem solving. But at the end of the day,
portal.
problem solving is the number one attribute you can get from your operator.
You'll have to keep
Get
fighting
a
until
room
we
full
have a
of
winner.
problem solvers that just happen to be motivated, you know, that can take on problems that aren't necessarily in the room.
Making under probably the most stressful scenario that a human being can be in. It takes a very strong man. One more clip from Brent Tucker on what kind of dudes Delta Force are.
I've always been a pretty upbeat guy, you know, joking around, a lot of smiles, even, you know, even when the helicopter's inbound, you know, or coming to pick us up. But, you know, there's some mission there that's pretty quiet, just knows what's going on. But, you know, generally speaking, and really most of us were pretty.
Welcome back to a series so intelligent, even the Pokédex subscribed. In today's video, iDubbbz is back, and after embarrassing himself talking about how the Iranian government is not actually oppressive, he's now mad that people are telling him to go to the Middle East to see for himself. He's following in the Diddy Pica footsteps and glazing China as well for their epic communism. Asmongold has responded to the situation with his own parasocial theory about iDubbbz and Anissa. He claims iDubbbz is an easygoing passive person who is mentally held hostage by Anissa, the domineering personality. I have responded, weighing in on the potential reality of the situation. The dastardly duo has exposed Ethan for frantically texting them to this day, sending 12 plus unhinged messages in a row. Ethan has responded, absolutely obliterating them and exposing all the DMs. They have confronted a hater who claims their content is boring and unempathetic. They bring up Charlie Kirk. Anissa has responded, claiming they have no empathy for evil people. Ironic. Asmongold is talking about the real reason Hassan actually hates him. Subscribe
30
or you'll
seconds
meet the
before you
same
attack.
tragic
Get ready.
fate as iDubbbz. You're cool.
Am I imagining this?
Unicorn in an afro wig next to me?
No.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3,
Now let's
2,
begin.
1.
Right, so rank number 1 puck, iDubbbz is back and he is very mad. Now, quick recap. Last time, iDubbbz and Anissa were making fun of an Iranian person for talking about oppression in Iran. And they were pretending that it simply doesn't exist and everything is fake and it's simply US propaganda.
People singing and dancing like on the street, it just feels weird because if you do that in Iran, like they can arrest you. You know that?
It feels like he's being paid to do propaganda for, yeah.
Right, so after this, we got a ton of backlash for this going viral on Reddit and Twitter, and it got even worse when clips surfaced of Anissa thirsting over Hassan Piker, saying he's so hot and he has the money to put down.
And bro's got no shirt on and he just he has the money maker.
Meanwhile, all this time, she was demeaning her own husband, iDubbbz, saying that he's not attracted to straight women and he only appears wants to like give people.
He's doing for like straight women, specifically straight women.
Now you do the same for me,
It's not, your vibe is just not. It doesn't.
Someone said, is there
I saw the obvious list.
Brutal, humiliating, and that brings us to people are sick of the pointless scumbags, iDubbbz and Anissa from US, Canada, wherever, and they are telling him to actually go to the Middle East and see how it is in places like Iran. iDubbbz seeds about people telling him to travel to the Middle East.
Now you do the same for me,
Go to China like Hassan. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to going to China. Nor am I opposed to going to many places. Like, all these freaking losers always like, you love the Middle East so much, why don't you go there? I bet you're afraid. But, yeah, we want to. But, like many Americans, and Canadians for that matter, we do have, you know, lives outside of doing things to prove other people or whatever.
Okay, what the actual hell is going on? I swear to God, I'm not even making this up. I feel like his brain software downgraded. I mean, why is he responding so slowly? Buddy went back to Windows Vista, bro. Holy fucking shit. He's back on Internet Explorer, dude. What is that processing speed, bro? Anyways, yeah, you're totally right. You're just too busy, obviously, you know? He's just too busy working his real life, you know, that being and I don't even know if you're allowed to call this a job. So, I mean, that's truly an impressive achievement that you can even call that a job, right? And even that income is not like guaranteed, it's not a fixed salary. In fact, we all know, we can accurately predict in the next few months, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse, as we saw from the previous few months, where you had over 1,000 subs easily, and you're about to hit your second triple, but then it like dramatically dropped. And let me just say the absolute obvious here. The reason people are saying that you should actually go to the Middle East is because you are so ignorant and you live in complete privilege. You literally cannot even fathom real oppression. So when that guy was talking about how he was oppressed and everything, you guys were like, what a story. Tell me women can't dance in It's a made-up story. And then you read like a chatter and you believe everything they say, and this is all fake, right? Basically employing the Hassan Piker playbook, right? And what I find particularly insane is that they're doing this now, when there's literally an absolutely crazy, like, protest revolution going on in Iran, and the thing is, like, they can't even turn on the news. Like, apparently their media feed is so filtered, they don't even come across this stuff. Wonder why people are protesting, guys. Must be nothing. It's obviously a utopia. So then he continues trying to be the white Hassan, and he glazes China.
What's the hype of China? Well, the theory is that they have a lot more socialist programs that allow for peaceful rather than scraping by day to day.
Ah, yes, of course. The great socialism, right? Straight from the Diddy Piker playbook 101 right there. Bro is firmly grasping onto that dictator slung, you know? And you know he was seething when Maduro was captured, right? I mean, I don't even know if he's going to crash out over that, but it's like a predictable thing that's going to happen. He just sort of follows anything Hassan does at this point. I can't imagine they have a single thing they disagree on at this point. Well, I guess there is one thing iDubbbz will fight tooth and nail for. Who gets to sit on the cup chair? He's not giving that position to Hassan, okay? He will fight till the death for that one. And I feel like everybody has pointed out the peak irony of them living in the West, you know, benefiting off capitalism, got his 7 million subscribers and made all this money through capitalism, but then he will always glaze everything that is not the West, and, you know, communism and socialism. And people are essentially telling you to open your fucking eyes, right? Get off your dumbass American throne and actually think for yourself. The guy who says, oh, everybody is a victim of U.S. propaganda. the only person who has been propagandized, ironically, other than like a Sun Tiger, who is a propagandist, self-admitted. And reminder that IDub will literally cosplay as Dobby and wave around the trans flag, trying to be like trans for Halloween, and then be like, oh well, I love the Iranian government. There's no crap going on there. You know, Hassan told me that they're weirdly pro-trans guys. You know, forcing gay people to transition, just weirdly pro-trans, very pro. Not even as a mockery thing. It seems he has brain damage. Why does he speak so slow? I thought I was the only person that noticed that. It's legitimately like, it's embarrassing. He has Internet Explorer processing speed. Zombied out on ADHD meds, apparently. The pain on his face. And he tries to fill in the blanks with an ideology that he doesn't understand on priceless. I guess Hassan never answered that specific question on his stream. So Ida has to piece it together himself, and the results are priceless. Why this guy ever thought he could dip his toe into leftist politics is beyond me. I don't know if he thought he had a choice, bro. And he says, like, basically, I'll leave you unless you do this shit. Ah, yes, the socialist programs that allow for a more peaceful existence. You know, the usual peaceful existence between China and Hong Kong, Taiwan, India, Tibet, and all these places. This broke loser doesn't have the money for that lol. Fall off of the decade. Sucks to see. Why is he still streaming just to troll at this point and just go get a job? That's the thing with the Sun Orbiters. Even if they completely fall off, like Froggen, Casey Tron, all these absolute broke losers, they will do anything in the world but get a real streaming, guys. They're like way too used to it. They're like, oh, this is too easy. But then you're not earning anything. You can't do it. He won't go anywhere because he's broke. Well, now he's literally selling his house. Yep, Caleb Hammer actually revealed that as well.
We know for a fact he is broke. They were trying to sell the house.
Moving on to Asmongold, responding with his own theory about iDubbbz and Anissa. Apparently he's getting parasocial. I think iDubbbz is very much like me.
Get into a little bit of parasocial behavior, okay? And I apologize. I very
Behold the god of thunder!
Yeah, I think this is very annoying. And I want to talk about this, all right? I was talking about this with somebody else, and now I'm going to talk about it. So, I think that iDubbbz is extremely I've met Ian, I've talked to Ian, I've seen his content over the years. Ian is an asshole, but he's also a very passive, live and let live, kind of easygoing guy. He's a very easy, relaxed guy to get along with. This isn't a guy to get stressed out, to get angry. Like, he might get anxious, maybe something like that, but he's not a confrontational, aggressive, hostile person. He's just not. He's not that kind of guy. And so his girlfriend, though, I think absolutely is. And I think that dissonance and that friction between those two personalities, because I can guarantee you that whenever there's a conflict, she's is strongly condemns Asmongold's rhetoric. Why is he dressed like Fidel Castro? So he's dressed like Mao, Fidel Castro. Who's gonna be next? Stalin? He does more cosplay than Emeru.
I understand why Elon Musk, obviously from his position of power, gets away with saying, you know, of course ICE is gonna kill whoever the fuck they want to kill, right?
Yeah.
Because that's Elon Musk. Elon Musk is never gonna be in this situation. Even Asmongold most likely will never be in this situation.
The situation where I have to run over a police officer? Why would I ever?
Because he never leaves his house, right? But Asmongold's audience could just as well have been in this situation.
Yeah, and if one of my viewers decides to try to run over a federal officer in the process of trying to escape from a scene when they're being detained, you know what I'm gonna say? Rip bozo. I'm gonna say the same thing.
Easily. They could have been in the situation where they're like pro-ICE, for example, but they got scared and they wanted to move out of the way, right? Where they're pulling out of their fucking...
If you get scared, you accidentally run somebody over. I can't expect that to be okay.
For example, and they got domed and shot and killed. That's how this works, okay? You are ascribing evil intent.
Evil intent.
For no real reason in this circumstance, when the true evil that's taking place is literally...
The real evil isn't trying to run over the federal agent. No, and escape the scene after, by the way, they came out and they said, let me mute the music, it's just a little bit loud. They came out and they said that this woman was causing trouble before then. She was blocking roads, doing all this other shit, and they wanted to get rid of her because she was like the person leading all this. So really, But let's hear about the real problem is actually ICE. Here we go.
Literally, the evil that's coming from ICE.
There it is.
Even in this
Wow, who could have predicted this?
situation, you instantly find yourself trying to justify the murderer.
The murderer, right? Of course.
There's something fucking wrong with you. You have you have like the part of your brain.
Do you think that Hassan, if this woman had run over and killed that ICE agent, do you think that Hassan would be trying to justify why it was okay? I think he would be. No, I think he would be. No, he'd be celebrating? Oh, of course.
That causes you to think about your own personal well-being is warped. Because you're so predisposed with defending law enforcement every step of the fucking way. You've been so propagandized and so conditioned into thinking that cops are always doing the right thing.
I think they are in this case, right?
You just cannot understand that you could be in the crosshairs next. You just can't comprehend it. Your loved one should be.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Now you do the same for me.
you could just be accidentally trying to run over a federal agent.
Gee, thanks.
Escaping after you're trying to be detained after repeatedly trying to block and obstruct the federal investigation. You know, like sometimes like, bro, how did I? Oh shit, it's happening again. Oh god, how does this keep happening to me?
Asman is saying guys standing in front of a cop car should be put in a box and round up about 10,000 protesters and put them in a camp to shut it down quick. Literally,
that's what I said.
Promoting authoritarian dictatorship.
Authoritarian dictatorship is when people that are breaking the law and being violent and obstructing the federal government from doing their job. Authoritarianism is when they have a consequence for it. That's right.
To be fair, W Chatter, at least they explained what I think.
Oh, so weak, ineffective, cowardly person who is.
I'm ineffective. If I was ineffective, you wouldn't be crying about me every day.
Never got your back.
Trying to lean into the administration, the government's fucking repressive methods to make himself and others who are tuning in feel powerful. Okay, that's it. That's it. This is commentary from a deeply insecure, deeply scared person.
Okay. All right.
Never got your back.
My step.
It's weak, it's cowardly, it's frail. This is the motivating principle of fucking Nazis as well, historically.
How could we forget?
Feeling like they've been wronged by society and hoping that the state actually enacts some violence to others who are their ideological opponents.
Doesn't he want, like, he's a huge supporter of Mamdani, and people think that the state is fucking them over, and I think that really, I mean, it's very regular that people would want to have the state industry, well, like taxes are violence in a way. If you don't pay your taxes, they will violently control you, put you in jail, and take your stuff. Like every law that we have is backed up by violence. That's the way it is. Like they tried to explain, like, hey, please get out of the way, get out of the vehicle. They tried everything they could, but she wouldn't listen. That's the thing. Everything is about that. Everything is backed up by the Fourth Doctrine at one level or another. And I would just rather live in a civilized society where we don't have to be reminded of it. I would.
Not realizing, once again, that this is not a partisan issue.
It's not. Everybody should agree with me. Everybody should agree with me.
Who saw that this kind of stuff was fucked up. A lot of people, for example, who think what Asmongold is saying is like completely ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. It's true.
Okay? Very violent and unacceptable, did not say anything. And the reason why they didn't say anything was because they were terrified. Okay, they were terrified of getting bullied. They were terrified of being cyber-stalked. They were terrified in general.
So I'm the one that's making people scared? Then why is everybody retweeting me saying that they're glad that my parents are dead? I mean, all you have to do is go and look at the retweets and the replies of that one comment that I made. You're going to see people talking about like how much they hope I die, how much they hope my parents are dead. They hope they're not. Yeah, they're crazy. They're totally fucking unhinged. This entire inversion is so blatantly dishonest. And all you have to do is just go and read what people are responding to. It's totally deranged. Completely deranged.
All you need to do is
But the reason why I tried to urge others to also speak out was because there are more of us than there are of them.
Then why'd you lose the popular vote?
Okay? The reason why they feel emboldened is because Trump and Elon Musk and numerous other right-wing figures have basically created this media environment, especially on the internet, where they have made people feel false. They've made people
getting more gray hairs.
Feel
looks like the mission area is yours to
What's a
capture
new
now.
one?
feel like they are dominating the discourse. The only reason why they are dominating the discourse on the internet is because people are too afraid to speak out against it. People are too afraid to call it out. People are too afraid to say, what the fuck are you saying?
You're right. People are too afraid of doing this, but they're so afraid of it. They're constantly sending me death threats and, you know, like invoking my dead parents. You're right. That's totally. But it's actually you guys that are the victims.
Capture the mission area.
Oh yeah.
Completely ridiculous.
Oh god, man. So I'm simultaneously ineffective and I'm also dominating the discourse. Oh, he's tweeting about me again. The clearly unjustifiable act of state murder, so of course the MAGA cult farmer will try to justify it to an audience of powerless people who only feel strong when they can identify the admin as doing guilty, pathetic, weak, expected. Of course, right? And crying, getting mad about it. He's been tweeting about this a lot. You can say this as much as you want, but it's very obvious that she was accelerating the vehicle when he was directly in front of her. He was. She would have run him over. She would have run him over. Everybody knows not to run away and speed away in the vehicle when the police are trying to detain you. Like, it's not even a question. Everybody knows this. I don't even know. Yeah, use your eyes. Just look at it. She was not trying to run him over. You're wrong with the... Oh, he's in chat. Hassan is in chat again. What a surprise. Okay. She was not trying to run him over. You are wrong in code. What would you have done in this situation when the police officers told you that you had to get out of the car? Just give it a minute. It's all right. It's fine.
Look who we got here.
De-escalate and talk to her instead of immediately trying to force open the door? I wasn't opened by law enforcement. That's not what I asked. So if the police come up to you and they say to stop the vehicle and get out, what would you do? What would you do? It's very simple. The guys are untrained, hopped up on fumes. I told you already. De-escalate and talk to her. No, you're talking. No, I'm not asking you to be confused. I'm saying if you were in the woman's shoes, if you were the one driving the car, what would you have done if you were in her situation and you were the one driving the car? I'm not talking as the officer. I told you already, the appropriate way of doing this by the LEO standards. You have? You've told me multiple times, but you haven't said what you would do. Because you know the answer to that, and it's obvious. You would have gotten out of the car like a normal person, and you would have said, okay, I'm going to comply with the police.
Keep going.
That's what you would have done. But you don't want to answer that because it paints her in a bad light.
Look who I found.
I would have driven away as well. Oh, he said, oh, you would have driven away as well, just as she was trying to do. Many people would have done the same. She was clearly trying to drive away. The person in power has the responsibility to de-escalate and do the LEO. Listen, guys, anybody in the Sanj chat, listen, I'm going to say this. Please, guys, do not take this advice. This is such a bad idea. I promise you. Hassan's got a lot of money. He's got tons of money. He can afford this. It's okay. But let me give you the person that dies the car. No, again, we've seen this clip again.
And there it is. Yes, obviously they hit him. Yeah, let's not even get into that. Please, guys, do not take his advice. If a law enforcement officer tells you to stop the vehicle and to, get out of the car, do not randomly drive away. You will ruin your life. They're going to find you. They'll run your plates. They're going to arrest you. You're going to have to go to court. You're going to go to jail, potentially. Maybe you won't. It will fuck up your whole life. Do not do this. Comply or die, always W. Okay, you're getting untimed out, all right? You keep posting a 515 yourself all you want. The dude clearly has no right to shoot her. Okay. Can somebody find the video? And we'll see about this. I'll see if I can find the video that's like more zoomed in. Let me see if this is it or not. No, it's I've got to find the one that's posted, and then we can look at it together. Yeah, I have it open. Never fall. Is there an instance where you don't automatically defend ice kills? Yeah, I would say if they're not trying to kill the officer.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
I wouldn't defend it. Yeah, I think the legal authority to ever even detain American citizens. By the way, learn the law. As far as I know, it's against the law to try to run over somebody. It's against the law to run somebody over. Now, I don't know about that, but I think it is. You can change the convo all you want, like you did. And so anyway, no, it's very obvious. How do you... And also, here's another thing. I'll ask Hassan one more question. How do you justify that she wasn't trying to run him over when the wheels were spinning forward and he was in front of the car? How do you justify that? The wheels were spinning. He was directly in front of the car. Slow-mo video. Is this it? Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if this is a good version or not. I can tell you, but you only favor this dynamic when you can control the conversation.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, of course. That's why I'm doing it. Yeah, of course. Duh. I mean, this is a big secret. Like, yeah, obviously.
Make way for the king of teams.
Yeah, that video isn't very good. It's not. Damn it! I'm trying to remember which one I had open. Yeah, because I had one before. He wasn't in front of the car. It's relevant trying to engage in hypotheticals. Okay. Let me see if I can find the video. Give me a minute. So
you worry, me. Gambit got more than one ace up his sleeve.
Do you think that he was in front of the car in this frame?
Merci.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Hello there.
Let me see if this is it. Was he in front of the car in this frame or not? Show the video. Oh, I am. I'm about to show the video. Yeah, I think this might be it.
Neither rusts nor pressure are a threat to me. I was more concerned to be. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to see if this is it.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Okay, this isn't a very good angle. I had a better angle before, but we'll use this. Okay. So, and by the way, actually, you know what? Before I show the video, I will show the video. We're going to look at it in slow motion. But was he in front of the car or not? Was he in front of the car or not? And we'll show it. Show the slow motion and walk us step by step. Show the wheels turning to the right. If someone was trying to kill the agents, their wheels would have turned to the left or the right. I don't think that she was trying to kill the agent. I think that she didn't care whether she hurt the agent in the process of her escape. Does that make sense? Is the video? Is that it? Let's see if I found it. Let me make sure if this is the right one.
Ain't nobody stealing Gambit's chance to win.
I think this might be it. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, yeah, we can use this one. This one's fun. This is a better one. Okay, well, let me answer. Let's answer the question again.
Let's see. Is there an answer of whether it is? That's my fault. You know the memes.
Oh, so the exact opposite of what you're saying. You even got it. So you're saying that, oh, well, she wasn't trying to run him over. She just basically didn't care that she ran him over, and that's totally better. Is that right? That, oh, guys, no, she was just trying to escape the scene, and she didn't care if she ran over the police officer. It didn't matter whether she ran over the police officer or not while she was trying to escape from the police after they told her to stop. I don't think that's a very good argument.
He muted me.
Now he won the argument? See, it feels good, right? I bet he feels good about this. Show the, oh no, now, okay, show the video. All right, we're gonna watch the video. Here we go. Let's watch it. We're gonna watch this together. Okay. And I'm gonna put it right here, and then I'm gonna put it in 5, okay? That way we can go frame by frame.
Woo! Never miss.
Okay.
The next layer of armor. Your spider.
So you can see very clearly they tried to get into the car. And there's an officer, by the way, I want you guys to keep in mind. There's an officer here that you can't even see. That's how, oh yeah, I'll make it full screen, okay. So there's an officer right here that's not even in the frame because of how in front of the car he is. And he's trying to move. Yes, the car is in reverse. And you can see that the light right here is in reverse because the car is moving backwards.
It's spider time!
Somebody's linking another one? Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, I've seen that. That one's a little bit. Yeah, actually, that one's a pretty good. That's a better quality. We're not gonna look at this one yet, okay? Well, you can see it right here. Let's go. Okay, so watch this wheel, and you can see very clearly the light turns off. You see, the light turns off, which means that she shifted gears. Light turns off. Okay. Circle the guy in the front. Yes. Okay. And then so we see the guy in the front is right there. There he is, and he's coming over to here. All right. We're gonna play it again. And you can see at this point, now she's revving the engine. So he's in front of the car. He's standing directly in front of the car. She's revving the engine. And he can hear the wheels turning. And he's in front of the car. Right now, he is in front of the car.
We are undefeated!
No brake lights. Yes, there's no brake lights, as you can see. And then you'll see right here the wheels are turning with the officer who is directly in front of the vehicle. Directly in front. You see those wheels turning right there? Man. Not so good. Keep playing it? Yeah, I will. Okay, now I'll play it all the way through. So you can see right there, he can see and hear, right, that she's trying to pull forward. And so he gets out of the way so she doesn't run him over. And then he shoots her. There it is. Man. Too bad, huh? Too bad. So that's what I think happened. And also, here's another question. Let's engage. That's why you won't play the video uninterrupted. Okay, all right, fine. I'm going to play the video uninterrupted, okay? Here. Go ahead.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
All right. Completely uninterrupted, no commentary. I wasn't even in the room. What's the excuse now? She was never revving the engine. This is a lie. So what happens when you put your foot on the gas?
But that should not stop us from trying to achieve it.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Oh.
Been waiting a long time for a battle like this.
Then why'd the wheels turn?
You sure you want to go into?
What are you doing? Why are you doing this to yourself?
The home fighting against gods with a hand.
What are you doing? Like, I don't even understand this. Yeah, maybe he's an automatic Tesla. Is that it?
4, 3,
yeah, he's got a Tesla. He doesn't understand.
1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
She went forward after moving her wheels to the right, away from the agent. She did. She did. You're right. She did. And I don't think that she was trying. Her main goal was to get away from the scene of the crime, which, by the way, is also another felony. Okay, it's against the law. You can't have people running away from the police. But she wasn't trying to run the officer over. She just thought that it was okay if she did it. That's it. Yeah, she's fleeing the scene, and she ran the officer over in the process of doing that. Jesus, gotta time that again. Oh, now the goalposts are moving? Okay. Let me ask you a question. You've asked me a lot of questions. You're in my chat. Should an ICE officer be able to defend himself from a threat of deadly violence? If he believes his life is in danger, should he be able to respond with deadly force? Healing power. When we started ICE about to shoot it? Well, of course not, because I wouldn't move the goalpost in there. Absolutely not in this case. So, okay, so there are no cases where ICE agents should be able to defend themselves whenever they're being, basically attacked. And the reason why I asked Hassan this question, here's the reason why I didn't say that. Okay, all right, you didn't say that. That's fine. All right, fine. So should an ICE agent be able to defend himself when his life is in danger? In this case, I didn't ask about this case. I know what your opinion is about this case. We all know that. You've tweeted about it 10 times. Israel did it. We get it. I'm talking about in general. But in this case, his life wasn't in danger for real. The reason why I'm asking you this, I don't know why you keep getting timed out, but one minute spamming. The reason why I'm asking you this is very simple. It's because I think that you're exercising a bias against ICE agents. I think that you don't like what's happening and the ICE agents that are out there doing it in general. And I think that you don't want to admit that an ICE agent should be able to defend himself if there's something that's happening that endangers their life. But you don't want to answer that question and acknowledge that because you actually, in my opinion, this is my opinion, right? Not this is what I think, is that I think you agree with this happening and you think it's okay because you don't like ICE. That's what I think you're doing. I don't like when ICE agents kill a random 30-year-old gamer. See, this works very well on Twitter. I don't like when ICE agents who are untrained kill random Americans. Why do you? Why do you like when ICE agents kill random Americans? I don't like when people flee from the scene of the crime and try to and run somebody over in the process. I mean, like, you can go back and forth about this over and over and over, and you can make these emotional plays, but this is what I think you're doing. I think that you're just trying to come up with a permission structure that basically justifies people being violent and aggressive and dangerous to ICE. What crime?
You would have observed this.
Our enemy is covered. Some assistance, please. Quantum magic. My cosmic might returns. Here's how you This is real fire power!
That's crazy. That's crazy. What was the scene of the crime she was fleeing? The police were trying to detain her. She was trying to block the road, as far as I know, and the police were trying to detain her and stop her. You think you should just be able to drive away from the police? Yeah, obstruction of justice. Yeah, why was she there?
Never miss!
Failure to comply? Yeah, you have to comply with the police officer. Very obviously, you have to comply with the police officer.
You would not mourn me. I will offer you.
She turned her wheels right when she saw the officer pull out the weapon, not before. If the officer did not pull out the gun, yeah, she may not have turned out her wheels at all. Maybe, I don't know. They are ICE. They don't have legal grounds to stop someone and detain them when they're American citizens. So you think ICE can't detain anybody, even people that are trying to actively block them?
I feel better already.
Like, I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea. I'm not going to argue with you about this, right? I have no idea. But I think it's probably not true, but I'm not going to go and look this up and figure it out. I'm sure we can listen, how about this? If what you're saying isn't true, we can make a little clip. You've seen the clips. You get a lot of views on it. You gotta keep this up. And so we'll add in the little law, and it'll say right there where it is. It's actually a legal gray area. Why are you running your mouth? You don't know? Because it's obvious. It's obvious that you shouldn't try to run over a police officer when you're escaping the scene. It's obvious that you shouldn't do that. You have multiple police officers trying to stop you, and then you turn the vehicle around, and you start trying to drive in a direction, and you accident. Why are you doing again? Like you're wrong about Mahmoud Khalil? I wasn't wrong, but you were right. They didn't do anything about that. They didn't. I still think they should deport him. I do. I still think they should deport him, and I am mad at the government for making you right, because I think they should have absolutely deported him. 100%. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the government. That was a joke.
A nice deep freeze.
What about ism? Yeah, that's not even good. But anyway, chatter. No, it's fine. Oh, jeez, he got timed out again. Yes, you were. He has the legal right to free speech, whether a green card or American citizen. Well, that's not what I read. That's not what I read. Yeah, I don't know. It's not what I saw. I saw it pretty plain and simple that you're not able to do that. And I said that the state of fucking, the head of state, or was it a fucking, I'm trying to remember what the title was. But anyway, the Secretary of State, Secretary of State, sorry. And Secretary of State can remove somebody for whatever reason, yeah. And so anyway, police don't cover 7 never forget. Well, that's something different. Physical interference, touching, blocking, or physically impeding an ICE officer's lawful duty can lead to arrest for obstruction or assault. Well, obviously that's the case. Here we go again. From the chart, these actions can justify detention or arrest under such statutes: assaulting, resisting, or impeding federal officers, obstructing federal processes, harboring or assisting unlawful presence. Okay. First Amendment is a right for all. You were wrong. You didn't read anything. Well, I did. I did. And in my opinion, this is my opinion, not the law. This is my opinion. I don't think we need to be importing foreign agitators from other countries to bring their conflicts and start trouble in our country. I think we already have people like you. You're a citizen, you're a problem, and I think that we have our hands full dealing with you, and we don't need to import more people that think this already. We already have a bunch of problems already. I don't want to import more problems. Is this crazy for me to say? I don't think it is. Jesus. Okay, but anyway, we saw the wheels turn. It is undeniable. We'll look at it one more time. Okay, we'll look at it one more time. You can see right here the brake lights go off, and then the officer is still right in front of the vehicle. The wheels are now turning, and the police officer has to get away from this front of the vehicle, because if he's in front of the vehicle, she would have run him over while she was fleeing the scene, because she was being detained by the police officers because she was trying to impede a federal investigation by using her car to block the road. And she got shot. We'll see who's right when the body cam comes out. That's true too. I do think they should have body cams. I think they should absolutely have body cams, and they should make sure that anybody that's doing this, they're gonna evaluate, they're gonna look through everything for sure. There's a reason why you retreat to your general self-defiance argument for all ICE agents, because you know she was moving away when she got shot. Okay. I mean, I looked at it right there, in front of there. It was so obvious. It's so obvious. Don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe moving away by the wheels turning in his immediate direction. Just give it up. Just give it up.
Destiny awaits.
Watch the new angle. I'll see if there's a... You're doing that? Okay. Somebody did say there's another angle. What is this? This is another version of it? All right, let me see what this version is.
Well, you can't expect
I don't know if this one doesn't seem like it's new. This is a higher quality. This is why it's so important to comply with the police, by the way. And so if you ever have the police that try to detain you, or they tell you to stop or to get out of the vehicle, and there are people with guns pointed at you that have guns, and then you, for some reason, tell yourself, I know what the good idea is. I'm gonna drive through them. You're gonna have a bad time. Do not take his advice. Take